Far out in the frozen darkness of our solar system, a discovery has scientists and the public buzzing with excitement. NASA has dropped new data from its Europa Clipper mission, and the findings are nothing short of extraordinary. The question that's been circling space exploration for decades, are we alone in the universe, might finally have an answer hiding beneath the icy shell of Jupiter's enigmatic moon, Europa. And for the first time, we're not just dealing with speculation or fuzzy theories, but concrete, compelling scientific evidence that suggests life, in some form, could be thriving under Europa's frozen crust. Europa has long been one of the most intriguing bodies in our solar system. Roughly the size of Earth's moon, it's covered in a thick, icy shell streaked with brownish cracks and ridges that look like frozen highways stretching across its surface. For years, scientists have suspected that beneath that shell lies a vast ocean, possibly twice the size of all the oceans on Earth combined. But the mystery has always been, what's really down there? Is it just water, or could it be home to something more? This latest batch of NASA data has fueled speculation like never before. The first major finding that caught the world's attention was the detection of plumes, massive geysers of water vapor, blasting through cracks in Europa's icy shell and spewing hundreds of kilometers into space. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope had spotted hints of these plumes years ago, but now, with instruments aboard the Clipper and data confirmed by the James Webb Space Telescope, we know they're real. These plumes provide a literal window into Europa's hidden ocean, and what's inside them is what has everyone so worked up. When scientists analyzed the chemical makeup of these plumes, they found something jaw-dropping: traces of carbon-based molecules, salts, and even potential amino-acid-like compounds. In plain terms, ingredients that are essential for life. On Earth, the presence of water, carbon molecules, and energy sources like hydrothermal vents are the key ingredients that make ecosystems thrive in the most extreme environments. The fact that Europa's plumes show signs of the same chemistry raises the possibility that microbial life, or something even more complex, could exist beneath the surface. And it doesn't stop there. Recent magnetic field data picked up by the Clipper suggests that Europa's ocean is not just liquid, but also salty, a condition that could allow it to conduct electricity. That means the ocean isn't a stagnant pool of lifeless water, but potentially an active, dynamic environment where chemical reactions happen. On Earth, life loves salty water. Our oceans are living proof of that. The fact that Europa might share this trait is almost like nature dropping a giant hint. But perhaps the most shocking revelation came when scientists announced they'd detected an unusual pattern of methane in the plumes. Methane, of course, can be created by geological processes, like volcanic activity. But here's the kicker. On Earth, methane is also produced by living organisms. It's one of the classic biosignatures that astrobiologists look for when hunting life. While NASA is cautious, they've stressed that these methane spikes don't prove life. They also admitted that the possibility cannot be ruled out. For the scientific community, that's about as close to a mic drop moment as you can get. The excitement has ignited debates not just in labs and observatories, but in governments and space agencies around the world. If Europa does harbor life, even microscopic, it would forever change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. We'd no longer be the only known living world. It would prove that life isn't a fluke of Earth, but a likely outcome whenever the right conditions line up. Think about that. If it happened here and it happened on Europa, what are the odds it hasn't happened dozens, maybe hundreds of times across the galaxy? This discovery also brings with it new urgency and new complications. If Europa does have life, it raises big ethical questions. Should we explore more aggressively, drilling into the ice, or even sending robotic submarines into the ocean? Or should we tread lightly, fearing contamination? Both contaminating Europa with Earth microbes and possibly bringing something dangerous back home? It's a debate that mirrors those seen in science fiction movies, but it's playing out in real life right now in conference rooms at NASA and beyond. The Clipper mission itself is preparing for even closer passes of Europa, with flybys designed to skim just a few hundred kilometers above the surface. Each pass will provide sharper data on the plumes, the ice shell, and the ocean beneath. NASA's goal is to build a detailed map of Europa's environment and figure out, once and for all, whether this alien ocean world could truly support life. And let's not forget, the European Space Agency's JUICE mission is also en route to the Jovian system, giving us a tag team of spacecraft that could revolutionize space science in the next decade. Public reaction to NASA's announcements has been electric. Social media exploded with hashtags like Life on Europa and Are We Alone? And late-night hosts couldn't resist cracking jokes about booking vacations to Jupiter's moon. But beneath the humor, there's a real sense of awe. Ordinary people, not just scientists, are grappling with the enormity of what these findings mean. Kids in classrooms are asking teachers if aliens really exist, while politicians are suddenly rethinking how much money should go into space exploration. Of course, there are skeptics, and science thrives on skepticism. Some argue that the methane spikes could easily come from geological processes, that the carbon molecules might be created through non-biological chemistry, and that we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. They remind us that we'd been burned before, like when scientists thought they'd found fossils of bacteria in a Martian meteorite, only to later discover it could be explained by natural mineral formation. But even the skeptics admit that Europa is now the prime candidate in our solar system for harboring life. One thing is certain, the hunt is only intensifying. New missions are being proposed, with scientists envisioning landers that could one day drill into the ice, analyze samples directly, and send back definitive proof. Imagine the first photograph of an alien microbe or the first video of strange, bioluminescent creatures swimming in Europa's ocean. It sounds like science fiction, but with the technology we're developing, it could very well be science fact within our lifetime. And here's where things get really fascinating. If life is confirmed on Europa, it won't just be a scientific milestone, it will be a cultural, philosophical, even spiritual revolution. Religions will grapple with the implications, philosophers will question what it means to be human, and governments will have to rethink how they allocate resources between earthly problems and interplanetary exploration. The ripple effects would touch every aspect of our civilization. As of now, we don't have the final answer, but with every flyby, every data set, and every new discovery, we're inching closer. NASA scientists are cautious, but you can hear the excitement in their voices when they talk about Europa. They know they might be on the brink of the most important discovery in human history. And if that doesn't give you chills, nothing will. So, what do you think? Could we really be on the verge of proving that life exists beyond Earth? Is Europa the second home for biology in our solar system? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is only just beginning. And if you love diving into mysteries of space, science, and the future of exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this unfolding story. Because trust me, when the truth about Europa finally comes out, you're going to want to be here to see it.